Hello everybody on YouTube. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, if you guys can please subscribe to my page, kindly give the video a thumbs up. Thank you, and I really appreciate your guys' love and support. Now, tonight's video is going to be called Why to Rent Alone When Traveling to Another Country. Now, the reason I decided to touch this subject was for the simple fact that a couple of days ago I put up basically videos that kind of brought me back memories of when I was in Pereira, Colombia, and when I was going through, you can say, a difficult time during my stay in Colombia. Now, there was this one subscriber of mine who had basically asked me to talk about why I had put this video up, and he knew that I had a good reason for it, which he is right, I actually did. But just how this video brings me good memories, it also brings me back memories of people that, you know what I mean. I'm gonna be straight out forward with you guys. When I went through the stuff that I went through with my ex, I had a friend who I thought was a friend at the time. Okay, she took me into that house with her mom and her friend from Manizales. Now, during my stay there, you know what I mean, my friend was making assumptions that basically something was going to happen between her and me. I mean, personally, I'm not even going to lie to you. I caught myself at a very vulnerable time where, you know what I mean, I kind of tried to, but then we went out maybe like once or twice, and I just didn't feel the chemistry there. So I just didn't want to, you know what I mean, use her for a sexual experience. And then in the long run, you know, have that bite my ass, you know what I mean? So we left it at that. She kept trying to push it. She kept trying to be with me. And I would just kind of like, you know what I mean, just tell her that I wasn't in the right stage at the right time in my moment, for the simple fact that I had just, you know what I mean, ended a relationship with the girl that I was with. So when I was staying at my ex-friend's house, she started seeing that I would go out and come back like around 4:30 in the morning, and I would do this practically every day, because I was going through a little phase where I was feeling sad. So for my birthday, my ex-friend, she took me to a strip club. This strip club called El Star Club de Pereira, Colombia. And Star Club, it's a good club. They have a lot of them. They have a lot of strip clubs in Pereira. So we were there, and during the morning she had bought me a breakfast surprise that they bring it to your house with a little letter, with a little balloon, and little items like that. You know what I mean? Just like a little gesture of appreciation. So I was thankful for that. But I started kind of seeing the pattern that she was already building in her head, that she wanted something with me, which, you know what I mean, she wasn't my type. And off top, you know what I mean, I was already going through my phase with the girl that I was with. That we had just broken up. So basically I felt that she was just trying to, like, you know what I mean, put pressure onto me to be with her. But I'm gonna tell you the juicy part in a bit. Now, we went to that strip club later on during the night, and I knew that, I mean, even though we didn't have nothing involved, like between me and her, I didn't want to bring disrespect to her, because I knew that having the other strippers, you know what I mean, get close to me and rub their titties against my face and my body, and you know how most of the girls that do stripping out there, you know what I mean, they go that extra mile. They'll take their bra off, they'll take their G-string off, if they take a liking to you, they'll go that extra mile, you know what I mean, and they'll do stuff. But I was right there with them, and it was 3 guys and it was 3 females, and we were on a table, and one of her friends named Jonathan, he picked this really beautiful girl from Cartago. She was like light mulatto type female, and she had very beautiful curly hair. And the girl that I picked from the club was one of the most beautiful girls in the club of Pereira. And on top of that, it's 115,000, and it comes with 2 shows. Now, it's a little bottle of aguardiente part, like about here. So I just felt that, you know what I mean, don't get me wrong, it was my birthday, so, you know, it's fine, I mean, to treat myself. But, you know what I mean, you have to know how to balance yourself and how to do things, you know, down in Colombia. So when I was being danced by the girl, I seen her face. She was like, "Hijo de puta." But I read her lips, you know what I mean? And I knew off top that she was pissed that this girl was like on me and doing this and this and that. And her friend that lives with us in the house that I was staying with, her friend from Manizales was just looking at me like if I was fucking up. When in reality we didn't have nothing with each other. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that I went through a couple of phases in the house. When she off top knew that there wasn't gonna be nothing between us, that's when off top she started changing. Her character started changing. First, she's told me that her house was no brothel. That, you know what I mean, what was this coming at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? And I was like, you know what? Me and you are only friends. You know what I mean? If it bothers you that I'm staying here, you know what I mean, or you want to charge me for staying here, just tell me how much do I have to pay you. And that way we won't have inconvenience, nor you or me. The day that you come to the U.S., you're going to be able to stay at my house. And I'm not going to charge you a dime. And I'm going to show you around. And I'm going to take you to all spots in Los Angeles. So she started laughing. She's like, no, it's not about money. You know how I feel about you and this and this and that. So what I'm trying to tell you is that this female, in the beginning, you know what, I'm not even going to lie. I'm really appreciative of the mom and her for letting me stay there. But the mom and the daughter were basically using me so that way they let me stay there with the ending that, you know what I mean, I would sign her papers so she could come to the U.S. So basically what I thought was a good deed, at the end of the day it turned out to be, you know what I mean, something else. So I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean, the beginning was everything was good and everything. And the reason I like where I was staying at is because they're so clean. They're like really, really clean freaks. And honestly, the truth, you don't get to see that many places. And the mom, every day, she would wake me up with a nice little coffee. She would make me nice meals. But once she saw that I had no interest for her daughter, things changed. Like, yeah, she would make me breakfast and stuff like that. But in the nighttime, like, I would come and there would be nothing there. So what I started doing is, since she lived in a place that they have like a lot of restaurants and a lot of little like clubs and stuff like that, I would buy me a Cuban sandwich every day with fries, some Doritos, and a large, in Colombia they call it gaseosa. Here in the United States we call it soda, and in Mexico we call it refresco. So yeah, for the most part I would have to buy my own meal every night. And you know what I mean, after a while it does get expensive. But and when I went to Medellin the first time, she called my mom telling her that I couldn't stay there, that because she had family members that were coming from Venezuela. Basically, she was trying to just get me to get up out of there, or try to hustle me with money. So basically, I told her not to worry, that how much was she going to charge me for every 15 days. And we got to an agreement where she was charging me $150,000 every 15 days, which was good. It's just the way she came about it. And another thing that I didn't like was that in her cabinet where she has her drawers, her panties, her bras, I put $3,900. I counted them really good. She stole $100. I didn't see her off top, but I know she did. The mom was not gonna do that, something like that. And the money was in her cabinet, and she was the only one who knew. So the reason I'm telling you this, guys, is so that way, if you guys are planning on going out there, if you're going to stay with somebody, make sure that you know that person really, really good, that you know the way they are. But for the most part, I suggest that if you guys are traveling to Colombia or to Brazil or any part of the world, that you guys off top rent a place by yourself. That way nobody can tell you what time to come. You could put music if you feel like it. You could bring a female up there if you feel like it. You can do what you want to do. Okay? And off top, another thing that I would recommend is that if you are staying at your own place, not to let people know where you're staying at, for the simple fact that you don't know if that person the day after tomorrow can become an enemy, or that person could just be out trying to hustle you and trying to see trying to make you feel at ease, so that way she can creep up on your stash and take you for your laptop, your expensive camera gear, and other stuff that may be around you that to you may be nothing, but to them will be a fortune, especially coming from a third world country. Now, even though they're third world countries, to me, those are developing countries that, you know what I mean, they're going through phases, but, you know what I mean, they have problems, you know what I mean? They're not like first world countries like the US and China and Thailand, that they're up there and up the ladder, you know? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that if you are thinking of traveling, make sure that if you are going to carry something on you like a passport, make sure that you color print it, laminate it, keep your passport, original passport, in your luggage. Buy some little locks, some little master locks. I have some little master locks here. And just make sure that when you're out there, make sure that you're always on top of your game. Make sure if the lady that's going to clean your hotel room or your room or whatever, that you have a lock on your luggage, and that you keep a towel or something in a certain way, so to make sure that, you know what I mean, that your stuff wasn't tampered with. You always have to be ahead of the game, because you have to understand that you're going to these countries and there's people out there that are going through stuff, and that, you know what I mean, financially they're not up there. So, you know what I mean, everybody's trying to cop. And at the end of the day, if somebody has a chance to come up on you, guess what? 9 times out of 10, they will take advantage. And it don't matter if it's Colombia, Brazil, Spain, the US, anywhere in the world is going to be the same thing. So for you guys traveling, please make sure to be on point. Now, the master locks that I'm talking about, they're small, they're little, there are 2 of them. They come in a pack, and they're only what, $6-7. They're 2 little master locks. I mean, I'll show you guys just real quick before I end this video. Okay. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because I know a lot of you guys are gonna be asking, "Oh, what master locks are you talking about?" So, what better than to show you guys? Okay. Now, here's the master locks. If you see, there are 2 of them. These are only $7. So I felt it was important for me to talk about this subject, because I know that there's a lot of guys that, oh yeah, I want to bring a female. Hey, if you want to bring a female, that's on you to your room. But I mean, look at it this way. If there's so many hotel rooms through the city of Medellin where you can take these girls, you know what I mean, if you want to be with a female escort and you want to be with her on a one-on-one, there's so many places, you know what I mean, to be with these females. Why risk bringing a random female that you don't know? I can understand that she's a friend and you guys have been vibing and you guys know each other and stuff like that. That's fine if you want to bring her up to your room. But for the most part, be really careful, because right now you have a little bit of trending where there's girls from Venezuela. The crime rate has gone up a bit in Colombia, and financially people are going through some stages where it's really, really hard to get a job. So just keep all that in mind. If you guys have any questions, any suggestions, please make sure to leave some comments on the video below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you guys like the video, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe to my page and stay tuned for more content. Good night. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.